High property prices can prevent church leaders, youth workers, community workers and other key Christian workers from living in the communities they're seeking to serve. Mission Housing helps overcome these challenges by providing shared ownerships and a limited number of affordable tenancies to individuals, couples, families, churches and Christian organisations. With the help and generosity of those who can either provide loans, allow Mission Housing to rent their properties at below market rates, or donate properties to us. The shared ownership model is based on the applicant having a minimum of 25% of the purchase price, comprising of a mortgage and deposit. The remaining 75% is provided by lenders, sourced from a loan-raising campaign that we help our applicants to run.
My name is Etornam.
And my name is Kafui.
I'm Steve.
And I'm Tanya.
Yeah, so FAST as a ministry is a youth charity, so young people between the ages of 10 and 19, based around the Patmore area, which is in Battersea and South Lambeth.
So as leaders of Latimer Community Church, we're really focused locally, and so we really want to get to know our neighbours and equip the church, every member, to be serving their neighbours, loving their neighbours, sharing Jesus.
Also, the home enabling us to be able to kind of build relationships with local people, so know our local neighbours. One of our young people that we work with lives a few doors down, and so that gives you a different perspective. Also, like being on the estate, there's wider issues within the community and you're just a lot more aware of your surroundings. It's less of a top-down approach and it's more of a kind of we're going through things together.
This community is amazing. It's a really diverse London community with some people who've been here for generations, some people who are transitioning in and out, and kind of the whole suite in between. And it's well known, this area, for kind of where Notting Hill Carnival started, so it's got a very rich cultural history. A lot of musicians come out of this area and artists. It's also known for the kind of race riots with the Windrush generation and the Teddy Boys, so there's also some quite painful history, and then more recently the Grenfell Tower tragedy. So it's a community that's phenomenally resilient. People know each other well, like you can walk down the street and bump into like 4 or 5 people who you know, which is amazing, just in like a little 5-minute walk from our flat to the church. And so, yeah, it really is a community that wants to be here and wants to live in this place and wants to invest locally, which is amazing.
Yeah, and maybe like most places, that the greatest strengths are also some of the challenges. So there's loads of people, it's really densely populated, and that gives lots of opportunities to get to know your neighbours and people who live here, but also it means there's a lot of people and a lot of different needs, and so yeah, those are some of the challenges as well.
Without Mission Housing and I don't think we'd be able to live in this area.
Yeah, we wouldn't be able to afford it.
So by providing us that environment, we've been able to have a home, a place that we can call home. It's helped us be able to do our ministry better and give it much better work and life balance.
I mean, our home enables us to keep living in the community that this church has always served. And to have any credibility, really, living in the community is so important.
It's very powerful.
Yeah, and then it also enables us to host people and to have people living with us. It's been an enormous blessing. Being able to be rooted in the community, get to know our neighbours and be part of the community, and people know that we lead the church and these kind of things is really important.
Yeah. So I think when we go out and we chat to people, and we say, we lead Latimer Community Church and we're your neighbours, we live just there, we get what it's like to live here, we understand the challenges of living in this environment and the locality, the politics, and we don't get it all, trust me, like I don't think anybody does, but the privilege of living here on the estate in the area is that we do bump into people, we can invite them in, we can very easily go to where they are and be involved in each other's lives. But I think also the kind of wider conversations around what's going on in our area affect us too. So we're not completely separate from those, and we don't go home at the end of the day to a completely different area that looks very different and where the issues are totally different. But actually we're situated here with people. And I think that's, Jesus was with people, wasn't he?
Yes.
He spent time with them where they were, and so it's a real privilege actually to be able to be locally situated.
It's also given us stability in the sense of like we're not under pressure to like always be moving,
Yes.
or we're not
Yeah.
like, we know that we can call this place home for
Yeah.
as long as we need
Yeah,
to
yeah.
be in this area. We
With
know
the
we
option to buy.
yeah,
as
with the
well.
option to buy.
And so we're thoroughly grateful.
Yeah, so grateful.
that
It's
we
such a blessing.
that's one less challenge that we have. I can just, in the grand scheme of things, focus on the work and not have to worry about
The
a
headache
home.
of where we're living.
Yeah, which is a massive thing. So that security is it's a foundation block, in helping us have our security.
It would have been impossible without
mission.
mission housing. Yeah, we just could not have been able to begin to afford being here.
Yeah, and I think kind of for us, the shared ownership model has enabled us to get a mortgage for what we can on our salary and with the bit of money that was put towards the deposit, but then also for other people to get involved in our ministry and to join with us and to support us in giving loans through Mission Housing. But we don't have to deal with any of that side of things. Mission Housing deals with all of that kind of financial side of things and looks after us in that way, and we get to focus on being here and being present. But no, we couldn't have done it without Mission Housing.
Blessing.
Yeah,
Real blessing.
yeah. You don't know.
How much it
Yeah.
can seem like, oh, it's just money, and it's just putting money towards, you know, a house that you don't see, or you don't really know which house it is. But like, we're products of your investment, and there's so many other families and people who will reap the benefits of your investment. So even if it might not be like a massive like return on interest, or you know, from like a financial perspective, the return on the investment is so much greater in terms of the impact that people like Kafui and other missionaries can have in different communities.
If you can make an equity loan, the value of your loan is linked to the value of the property. You don't get any interest on an annual basis, helping us to keep our rents as low as possible. If you make a fixed rate loan, you get back what you put in. Your loan can be interest-free or have a small annual interest rate, which will be added to the rent the shared owner pays, which you can choose depending on the size and length of your loan.
That's how shared ownerships work, and it's working really well, and it's enabling individuals, it's enabling couples and families to live in the communities and be part of the communities that they are called to and that they want to serve, and that is so powerful if you can be part of the community that you are reaching out to and that you feel God has called you to serve. So one of the things I love about Mission Housing is its origins, its history, its legacy. Along the way, there has been such commitment from key individuals and a real vision for Mission Housing and what we do. And that continues today. And Mission Housing, quite simply, could not function without the support of a whole range of people. Our board members give incredibly generously of their time to support the work of Mission Housing and to make sure that the organisation is run in the way that it should be. Our staff team are incredibly dedicated and hardworking and committed to everything that Mission Housing does. And then we've got this wonderful network of people who lend money to all the different shared ownership arrangements that we've got in place. And these people are being so generous with their money to support the work of Mission Housing. And without their support, without their input, without their generosity, quite simply, Mission Housing would not function. So from the 1960s through to the 2020s, Mission Housing and its predecessors is a story of faith, a story of vision, a story of commitment, a story of men and women who are dedicated to seeing the kingdom of God come in London and beyond. And you know, without that faith, without that vision, without the answers to prayer that we see time and time again, Mission Housing simply would not function. So we are so grateful. We're so grateful to all the individuals who had the original vision and passion for it. We're so grateful to God as well for his provision and blessing along the way.
yeah, so just really excited about what the future holds. I know that they're expanding out of London, and I think that's awesome. I think
It's really cool.
yeah. I think London is blessing. Obviously, is the city, the capital city, but there's need everywhere, and being able to expand and help other environments is fantastic for the kingdom. So, yeah, please get involved if you can in any capacity, whether that be financially. Please do pray. Yeah, and also if you have any other gifts, help out.